are women oppressed in the United States? You said yes. Michelle, you said half? No, you said no, actually. You said no on that. Carissa, you said no. Okay. Chloe, you said yes. And then you said no. Howard, just so those of you who said yes, how are women oppressed?
I'm actually going to change my response based off of our discussion here. Just because what we've used as a definition for oppression, I don't think applies to women, but it does still apply to many women across the world.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Because in America, y'all can do what y'all want to do.
Well, it's the same. Like, you guys have changed my perspective a little, like when we talked about like, the racism, sexism. So I guess yes, but then there is also places where women still face oppression, like when like
in
the
other
pay
countries.
Gap.
Yeah.
Well, yes, that, and then also like the pay gap.
Okay.
They had to have something. You can't have it all, man. You can't have it all, man.
Oh my God.
You can't have it all, man.
Just close your ears to the last section.
The gender pay gap. We won't. Here, how about I'll give you one thing on the gender pay gap.
Don't give me a hypothetical.
No, it's not
too late.
It's not hypothetical, but how about this? And so I could say a lot of things about the gender pay gap. For example, differences when they're talking about the gender pay gap, they're looking at all the work that women do and comparing it to all the work that men do. Mm-hmm. That's the uncontrolled gender pay gap. That's the 80 cents to the dollar that the men make, and they're not factoring in things like hours worked, seniority, educational achievement, willingness to relocate, types of job, negotiation, all these sorts of, there's other factors that I'm not listing, but those are some, right? And so, but excluding all of those reasons for why this gender pay gap might exist, couldn't it be said that a lot of you here said that you want a man to pay for the first date? Couldn't this entirely be explained away by the social pressure that women put on men? It could entirely be explained away because there's not a symmetrical or corresponding pressure that men put on women to pay for dates or to be providers. Mm-hmm. Like no man can really get away in the dating marketplace saying, yeah, I would like a girl to pay for everything and to buy me gifts, and I want to be a stay-at-home dad. No guy can really get away with that. Mm-hmm. Are there some women who would be okay, who are like hyper successful, who I guess would be okay with the man staying home and taking care of the kids? I don't even know if like really successful women who have the means, who have the ability to be like, yeah, you can stay at home. I got you. I'll hold it down. I don't even know if they would want to date that dude. I think hyper successful women want to date hyper successful men. I don't know if they'd be attracted to the guy who's like, yeah, I just want to stay at home and take care of the kids and I'll do the dishes and da-da-da. I don't know if some women, maybe, but I don't even think really successful women who could afford to have the stay-at-home husband, the stay-at-home dad, I don't think even they want that.
I think the word you chose was wrong. Hyper successful women, no, but hyper masculine women, yes.
That would be a fair statement, but I think the gender pay gap could be explained not by anything like nefarious, not by some patriarchy, not by sexism, but by women's own social pressure that you guys individually apply to men as a group. Because if the standard is, well, hold on, I have to pay for a girl, I got to pay for the date, that creates a pressure, a dating pressure, a mating pressure that doesn't exist on you, but exists on us. And I don't know about, like, do you think guys are pretty motivated by getting sex and getting a girlfriend? I think both men and women are highly motivated when it comes to finding a partner and dating, right? Fair to say?
Yes.
Perhaps it's the ultimate motivation in life, find a partner, have kids, etc. I mean, it comes down to, it's like base level stuff. Survive, replicate. That's base level, like, I forgot the exact term for it, but so should we blame women on the wage gap? You guys just gonna sit there quietly and not say anything? Hello? You guys want an energy drink or what's up? Just gonna let me bulldoze you guys and not even provide a rebuttal? Okay, pulling teeth.
Women are the problem. I'm just kidding. I don't want to get canceled.
In any case, you guys, by your own preferences of how you want to be treated in the dating marketplace, apply a dating pressure on men. And
I'm glad you think that way, and I can see your thought process for like correlation where because as a result of women wanting men to pay, you feel obligated to like make more money.
we're more
and
motivated.
So that's why there's a wage gap. Is that what you're saying?
Well, ignoring all the other reasons I listed, just
really simplified.
But
incredibly
even
simplified.
that single component of it, yeah, I think that could explain away the wage gap completely.
I think it's opposite because
How would it be opposite?
there's already been a patriarchal like society in place for like hundreds of thousands of years. It's going to be real hard to overturn what's been set in stone.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to compare it to systematic racism, but in terms of a system that's been in place for so long, we're not going to magically overturn it. So it's not like us saying, I want a guy to pay. That's not something new. If I said that if I said that 100 years ago, you'd be like, oh,
What do you
that's
mean
pretty
overturn?
normal.
So you think that's a patriarchal thing?
I don't think,
That-
sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't mean overturn because I think that implies that a new system should be in place.
Wait, but
I
what-
mean
what would-
reworking.
Wait, what?
Reworking the system to make sure that it's not patriarchal.
Hold on. What would need to be overturned about the individual dynamics when it comes to paying? You literally have all the power in your hand to overturn this on a individual level. You simply need to bust out at the end of the date your credit card and ask the waiter, I want to pay half. You have all the power to do this. Are you saying that the patriarchy is oppressing you and you can't tell the waiter, like there's some patriarchal force in the ether that prevents you from telling the waiter, like the waiter's gonna smack you across the face and be like,
Absolutely
shut up,
not,
woman. How fucking dare you ask to pay equally? You think that's gonna happen?
Well, I wish that would happen. Where absolute rejection.
You want a
Obviously, I'm
waiter to
joking.
smack you across the face?
Obviously, I'm joking. But since I was like born and growing up, I've been like taught like a man should like pay for the date. And it wasn't until recently that I'm like, I'm making more money. I'm obviously treating my friends, guy friends and girlfriends to a meal. And this leads back into my beliefs on dating, where it shows a man's efforts in terms of asking and planning and sponsoring the date versus if I ask and plan, I will be paying for the date.
So can I ask y'all this? So is it more about a man paying for a date or facilitating one? Because what if the date doesn't require him to spend money? Like it might be just a free little festival or something like that. It's just a matter of him just making the effort for y'all to do something, not necessarily something expensive.
Yeah.
You just want it to be effort.
Wouldn't this be like, so the expectation that men pay for dates, wouldn't this be like a sexist and gendered expectation on men?
I mean, I said it's possible to be sexist to men.
This is double
Right. No, but what I'm saying is like the expectation that men pay for first dates, this isn't evidence of women's oppression. This would be evidence of men's oppression.
How?
I just
Hold on,
Men have always been men. 100 years ago, who was taking care of who?
Okay, 100 years ago, 110 years ago, women couldn't vote.
Okay.
Does that mean that that was the right way for society to be?
No, but
Okay.
who was
So-
taking care of who?
Men were taking care of women?
And so, if that's ingrained in society, and your grandpa teaches the grandchildren still have that idea in it. So my mom taught me again, growing up.
Okay.
A man should pay for the date, and so in my head, that's in the back of my head.
But
That's
so
a system that's been in place for a while.
But how about the system then? But why have we foregone? Well, okay, you as the woman, your duty. This isn't my position, but like you're saying 100 years ago, like why did we then get rid of all the expectations on women? Okay, your
we, though?
duty, huh?
Did we though?
No, not all expectations, but like for example, we could just say that there was an expectation that women would not go out and go to college, they would stay home and they would have children. There's no real expectation there.
Why don't we invite Andrew's wife back to add in on this conversation too?
Okay, we're talking about like traditional values, right? So traditionally, the man is expected to pay. That's how we were raised. I could ask the same question then. Don't you think it's sexist to women that men with high body count care so much about a woman's body count? That's the same exact thing, because traditionally, women are expected to have a lower body count. So I can easily say, hey, you're being sexist because you have a body count of 100 million and you're getting mad at a woman for having 20. That's sexist.
This the difference, though. It's a lot of differences. But for one, we didn't fight for you to have a high body count. Y'all fought to work. So us questioning, not you per se, but us questioning women who's saying, okay, you fought to work and you fought to earn money just like we have. So why don't you pay for certain things? Because your body politic, gender fought for that. We never fought for women to be having a lot of bodies. So us asking questions about that is within our rights, because we never asked you to deviate from that. Women have fought to deviate from being traditional women. They wanted to work. So if you want to work, then why can't you pay for this and pay for that? But as far as the body count thing, which I don't care about, but I don't think it's the same as a man having multiple bodies as the same as a woman having multiple bodies, because I just don't.
I'm just talking about values. I just think it's a double standard.
Well,
life is full of double standards.
Here, we'll move it on off of the gender pay gap.